What's up, y'all? Just wanted to provide my point of view about the elections. I've been doing this in my Discord server and just wanted to get it across YouTube as well. It's a bit different point of view, and I really wanted to reach broader audience with it. And let's get right away into it. So, this is the way I determine swing states. It's not betting markets, it's not polls. This method has predicted the last election model, the latest election cycle, 2020 election cycle. It's predicted it precisely with every single state being right, every single one, even the blue wall that Biden was able to acquire with an extremely thin margin. It was even able to get that as well with a really thin margin, again with a really close margin. This is the Google Trends comparison between CNN and Fox News as search terms, both of them, right? And you can see that there is a clear trend, of course, that we see when it comes to the map. I guess you guys can see the map, and of course the blue states lean in favor of watching CNN, and of course Fox News is more popular in the red states. And we can have a look at what kind of map we get overall. Of course, DC is most interested in CNN with, what is that, like 75% interest for CNN. It comes that's followed up with, this is, by the way, 30 days. It's extremely important to have no more than 1 month of prediction, as that's what's most accurate, because there are no geopolitical events this 30 days, but hopefully it doesn't come up. And look at what we have: Massachusetts, Hawaii, Vermont, California, Connecticut, Maryland, Oregon, New Jersey, New York, etc. Right? So you get the point. It's mostly about the blue states that, these states show the most interest in the CNN network, while Fox News is more popular in the red states like Alabama, Mississippi, Wyoming, Louisiana, Arkansas, Idaho, West Virginia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Montana, right? So you guys can see what the trend is. Now, if we have a look at the swing states, let's get into the swing states right away. So we have a few swing states here to fill. I will also get into the different things that I'm also looking at and just want to highlight those things. So we have Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, right? And we can see that Nevada is 51% leaning in favor of CNN, and that's very much expected. If you have a look at the betting markets, they seem to correlate with this in terms of, when it comes to specifically when it comes to Nevada. And we can just fill in Nevada Democratic just because of that slight lead, which I would like to call a toss-up, but let's give it a benefit of the doubt. Now, if we have a look at Arizona, that's a clear Republican that's going to vote Republican with a really small margin. As a matter of fact, some polls actually show Arizona going Democrat, which I think is absurd, because those polls are mostly conducted in the urban areas and the metropolitan areas around, let's say, the Arizona State University, and of course you're going to get those results, right? And now let's have a look at Pennsylvania, which is 50-50, and I will mark it as a toss-up because it's literally 50-50. It's impossible to predict it. Let's have a look at North Carolina, which is also 51-49. I will also mark that Democrat right there. You can also see Virginia, which is also pretty close, but sorry, it's not remotely close, which is a bit surprising to me, and also New Mexico similarly. If you have a look at Michigan and Wisconsin, these two states of the overall Rust Belt states tend to lean Republican by a really small margin, but they do lean Republican, and we will fill those in as Republican, and let's do that. Of course, these margins are not even close to the likely or lean margins. It's extremely close. Now we can just mark, and also we have, of course, Georgia, which is 51% for Fox News, and we will also mark that Republican. And now we can see it's 19 as a toss-up. That's Pennsylvania. Now, what are we going to do with Pennsylvania, right? It's really, really close. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. I would not be sure, but if we have a look at polls for Pennsylvania, we can clearly see that it's extremely close. It's 0.3% and in favor of Harris, but that's just not going to stay in terms of, as in when we're talking about like actual consistent polling. I don't think that has a lot of effect, but what's pretty clear is it's 30%, and it's definitely something to consider. Sorry, 0.3%, while the betting markets actually favor Trump, right? In Pennsylvania, it's 58% chance for Trump to win in Pennsylvania. If we follow polling market, and also other betting markets also show very similar trends, some showing higher chances for Trump and some showing lower odds for Trump winning. But overall, Trump is winning in Pennsylvania. And we also have different polls that do show Democrats winning. That's why I will mark it as a toss-up. But even if we mark it as a Democrat, you can see that Democrats are short just 4 electoral votes. 4 electoral votes, which is extremely, extremely close. Really, really close, even by the electoral margin, not only by of course, the popular vote, right? So this is the map that I get by filling in the information based on the Google Trends. Pennsylvania is just impossible to determine. This is going to get way better as we move into the election day, get closer and closer to that day, and on just before the election day, a few days before, we will get the most clarity. Generally, because there's going to be a lot of intervention into elections, and generally there could be some discrepancy that we could see. Right now, it's just perfect conditions for this part. When it comes to comparing Fox News and CNN, they're very much equal, right? So I think this is my prediction. This is my prediction for the elections, and also just want to show the ad library report. You can see that Kamala Harris is spending way more money right now, but I think that, because you can even see Tim Walz has spent more money than Donald Trump since Kamala Harris has been nominated as as the presidential candidate from the Democratic Party, right? And of course, Kamala Harris has spent way more money than Donald Trump, and generally Donald Trump has spent less money last election cycle as well when it comes to Meta platforms, that is Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. But they don't run ads on Instagram and WhatsApp. They only run ads on Facebook, or at least what can be found on Ad Library. And we can clearly see that when it comes to digital marketing and when it comes to direct ads run, Harris spends way more money. And on-ground campaigns, maybe Trump spends more money in that regard, maybe or maybe not. I don't know, but I'm still predicting that Trump is going to spend some more money moving in close to elections, like the week before or 2 weeks before. Right now it's 18 days or 19 days before the elections. Before the election day, it's 18 days before the election day. So I really do think that it's going to be more money spent by Donald Trump moving into it. And I think it's going to be really close, but my prediction is extremely close, is that Pennsylvania may go Democrat. I'm going to mark it as toss-up right now, but It may go Democrat, it may go Republican, but it doesn't matter. The Republicans win based on my predictions. Also, North Carolina is pretty close. I don't know which way that's going to go. Or Nevada, which way it's going to go. It doesn't really matter. The point is that Wisconsin and Michigan are very likely to go Republican in the current conditions. And considering that, I'm going to mark. It doesn't matter how. Doesn't matter if I fail Pennsylvania as Democrat or Republican. The point is that it's still going to be Republicans winning, just really, really close, close election. So that's what I wanted to say in this video. Hope you guys found utility in it. Subscribe for more of this a bit unoriginal perspective of the elections. That has proven to work, but not a lot of people utilize it. And yeah, have a nice day.